Yes, welcome to another video. I'm Lewis and above me's Jordan. We've got the Derby Day review coming. We hyped it up so much, we were so confident, but it was left. It was a bit of a damp squib. It was. Yeah, a bit crap. We're gonna go through some key points that we think that this went completely wrong for us, and the reason why we didn't win the game. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button with the notification bell turned on. Smash a like on the video as well. Stay tuned to the end because we've got a kit giveaway that we want to remind you about, and we've got some other important information to do with this that we want to tell you about. Anyway, right, we got things to talk about. First of all, right, in the preview all week, I've been saying, and Johnny Poddy, I convinced you, and you agreed, right, with the double pivot, but also play the false nine, right? We didn't do that. We played Gabby Jesus, but still played the double pivot. Now, this is, if you listen to the phone-in show, the pre-match phone-in show that we did on Friday, I spoke to someone on there, I can't remember the name, and they were like, oh yeah, maybe Gabby Jesus, double pivot, and Kev. And I said, right, okay, the one issue that you might have with that situation, with that tactic, and I believe that this is what happened, is that basically, if you play Gabby Jesus, but you play two holding midfielders, Kevin De Bruyne is left completely on his own as the one sole attacking player who's in the centre of the pitch. When you do that, you're putting a lot of pressure on Kevin. And I think that what showed, Kevin was the only person in that centre of the pitch who could really do anything. He had McTominay and Fred around him. Pogba was dropping in there as well. He was backs against the wall. I think he did as best as he could. But for me, he needed help. He can't do it on his own. You know what I mean? He's a very good footballer. He's one of the best in the world. But he's not a magician. You know what I mean? He can't create space out of thin air. He needs space. He needs someone else in there to help him. And I think for me, I think Pep got it wrong with that. I think you either have to play a false nine and drop whoever Jesus is, probably Bernardo Silva, drop back so there's more space, there's someone else there helping out Kev, or you don't play the double pivot. I don't think you can do what Pep did. I think he got that one wrong. Yeah,
I completely agree. It was a really, really weird one. He was completely isolated. And to be fair, when I first seen the team lineup, and by the way, I seen the team lineup on One Football, who have also sponsored this video. I seen that team lineup straight away because I had the One Football app. If you've already got the One Football app, delete it now, right? Delete it now. This is my new hack, innit? Delete it now. Then follow the link that's at the top of the description of this video. Click that and download it on that, and then we'll get credit for it. And we're buzzing. You're buzzing. You've still got the One Football app. Everybody's happy. It is a really good app though. Like in all seriousness, I got Tino straight away, like I just said, and also it gives you all stats throughout the game and after the game. You can go on it, and there's articles and stuff from City Xtra, and that's been, I think they got over 10 million downloads on it. So it is like a legit app that they've actually funded bare money into it. So that's one of these dodgy apps in it where you look at it and go, this is actually trash. But yeah, I see the team like straight away. I was like, okay, I see the team. I'm happy with it. I'm not like over the moon with it. I was chill with it. I was thinking, yeah, we can still win. This team can still beat United. But then tactics. That's where it could have gone wrong, and that's where for me I feel like it did go wrong, and I think we both agree with that. And keeping Kev in that middle like that by himself just isolated him. It was so easy for them to just keep him out of the game, which they did. I think Pep failed to eradicate that or fix it. There was times where where De Bruyne did get some space, but it was very here and not there. Do you know what I mean? It was very sporadic the times that he got that ball like that, and I think. Watch the game back. Watch throughout the game. You can see there's a massive gaping hole in the middle of that pitch where no one is. All our players are trying their best to be wide, but then everyone inverts, so compacts. But then on the normal play, there's no one in that middle because Kev's so far forward, and we've got two set of defensive mids on the pitch. So then there's a massive gap in the middle of the park where Fred and Scott McTominay can literally just sit there and receive the ball all the time and break up play. So we literally just played into their hands in that sense, and it was crying for someone to just be in that little pocket of space to transition the play through. Someone who Kev can maybe play a few 1-2s with, to drag another player with him so Kev frees a bit more. It was just crying for that, and for me, I just think it was a big miss from Pep. I
think he got that one wrong, guys. I thought Kev was completely isolated, and there was a lot of ball at Fernandinho and Rodri's feet today, and there was not much they could do with it because who you got to pass to. The one player you can pass to is pretty much Kev, but he's on his own. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think we have to help out Kev. I think we're putting way too much pressure on Kev to get us out of this tricky situation. Another thing that we mentioned, right? And this isn't just us saying this. This is other City fans on the phone-in show. This was predicted. Cancelo at left back. I wouldn't have started Cancelo. I would have played Mendy.
Yeah.
Because I think Mendy's been in decent form. I would have tested him. And people say, "Oh, he can't be trusted." Well, then get him at the football club.
Yeah, he's a risk. He's a risk. Well, don't. He should be on the bench then.
If he's a risk,
bun him.
He shouldn't be at the football club. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be having players who can. Oh, we can only play him against crap teams because it's a bit of a risk. Well, then they shouldn't be at the football club, right? So that's step one. But I would have played Mendy. I said, okay, if he plays Cancelo, I get it. You know what I mean? They're good on the counter-attack. I get that you might want a little bit of a faster player, someone, a bit more defensively sound. I get it. But then you have to play Phil Foden at left wing because otherwise you have no width. You have no width if you do that. He didn't. He played Sterling, and lo and behold, crap. You know what I mean? Sterling cutting inside. Every time Cancelo went forward and he got the ball on his left foot, did he cross it? No, did he? He cut inside. He's cutting inside. Sterling's cutting inside. Makes it very easy. What was happening against Leipzig when United were playing Leipzig? Wan-Bissaka kept on going inside, yeah, leaving loads of space on the left hand side. We did not take advantage of that.
We didn't exploit that at all. It's almost like Pep didn't. Surely they watched the at least some of that match. You know what I mean? Afterwards, just to try and see how United might play against City, or to see how to exploit United the same way that Red Bull did. And before the match, I was crying for it. I was saying it should be Mendy because we'll exploit them the exact same. We'll get them the same way. Not a chance in 3 days where it's toxic dressing room. No one, Pogba doesn't want to be there. He's their best player, and not a chance they fix that in 3 days or whatever it was, 3 or 2 days, whatever it was. And we can exploit that again, just like Red Bull did. And you have Sterling on that left-hand side. Honestly, Sterling becomes a completely different player if you play Mendy because he can cut in and he has someone with him. He has space or someone with him to pass to. So if Bissaka gets dragged in with Sterling, it creates that big gap for Mendy, and Mendy's left-footed, and we know Mendy can put a ball into the box, which creates an attacking chance. On the other end of that, if Bissaka doesn't go with Sterling, it creates more space for Sterling on the ball, and he can drive inside. Whereas what we saw today is two players on the left-hand side cutting in and no width at all. There was no overlaps that were working because it was all cutting. It was so predictable, and Wan-Bissaka must be like, I've had a chiller today.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed, guys. The one good thing is that our defence was solid. You know what I mean? It was solid.
Very good. By the way, John Stones again.
Yeah, great performance. But guys, 4 weeks ago, if you would have said John Stones starting in the derby, I'd be like, no chance. You know what I mean? But
so then why can't I have Mendy in it?
Play Mendy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a bit frustrating. I think that we needed to win today because we've not beat Leicester, not beat Tottenham, not beat Liverpool, not beat United. You know what I mean? And people just think it's going to get better, but it only gets better with results. You do have to win games. It's all good saying, oh, if that team loses or if that team drops points or we get... Focus on ourselves. We've won 5 games in 11 matches. 5 games in 11 matches. We're not scoring goals. You know what I mean? One thing that I've just said to Jordan a minute ago, right, is people say, no, don't trust Mendy, so I'm not playing him. Do you trust Jesus? Jesus has played 5 games and scored 1 goal in the Premier League, and he's played full 90 minutes in every single one. He's played Burnley, he's played Fulham, he didn't score in any of them. He scored 1 goal, a very good goal, albeit, against Liverpool. He scored 1 goal in 5 games. Yet people are happy to put him in the team or play Jesus, but you won't play Mendy. Why? I don't. Do you trust Jesus to score goals? I don't trust him to score goals, but he's still in the team. And Mendy, do I trust him? Yeah. No, I don't fully trust him. But, put him in the team. It's about time we start taking some risk. Our defence right now is looking solid. Ruben Diaz, one of the best signings we've ever made. John Stones is coming back into form. We've got Ake who's decent. You got Laporte who's going to come back in and smash it as well. Walker's playing out of his skin. You know what I mean? I just think that it's time we start playing with a little bit of risk. And yes, it might go a little bit wrong, but we've got to start trusting our defence, trusting these players who are experienced players who know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Do you remember how we used to be? It was always a case of, our defence is trash. We'll outscore teams though. It's fine. We're going to outscore everyone. And we did. We did outscore people. We were free-falling team. We were top goal scorers for the past 3 seasons. Now, we're a shadow of that. Not even that. It's so weird to even think that we're like this. We can't really score that many goals. And yes, we have Mr. Aguero and that, but we're not really playing attacking football. And yes, 2 set defensive mid doesn't help with that. But with us in the preview, you'd have known we went with a false 9 because it would have packed out the midfield and creates an attacking team. It would have created an attacking team because it would all have been linked up nicely.
We had 54% of possession today. That's not good enough, you know what I mean? And the reason why we only had 54 is because once Fernandinho and Rodri got the ball, that was it. There was nothing in front of them because, you know, the pass to get it to Kevin De Bruyne was almost impossible because he's on his own with Fred, McTominay and Pogba in the midfield, you know what I mean? So we lost the ball a lot, you know, and we couldn't progress up the pitch. There was a lot of passing in the midfield, but getting it forward was very, very tricky. I just think, you know, was it a good point? I don't know. I think you got to decide whether it was a good point. We've got to look back in 4 or 5 weeks' time when we get to January, 1st of January. Look back and say, "Oh, that was a good point." You know what I mean, if we go and win our next 4 or 5 matches, you might look back and go, "Oh, you know what?
That point did as well.
It was a decent point." But you have to now win your next 4 or 5 matches. You know what I mean?
The pressure is on.
The pressure is on. You know what I mean? We beat Fulham, we beat Burnley. Oh, great news. Right, let's do some player ratings. By the way, some of these player ratings are really bad. But for me, one thing I would say, a little disclaimer is, they're bad because of the system. You know what I mean? These are not bad players. You know what I mean? People say, "Oh, Mahrez is crap, Sterling's crap." Yeah, but Torres hasn't smashed it since he's come in. You know what I mean? He's been all right. You know what I mean? You're telling me these wingers are all crap? They're not all crap.
They're not.
There's a reason why everyone's saying that our wingers are crap. It's the system. It's got to be the system. Mahrez is a world-class footballer. Sterling's a world-class footballer. But why are they looking rubbish? Because of the system, man. They're not bad players anyway. Ederson, I thought first 10 minutes his kicking was absolutely atrocious. Also, up here, first 10, 20 minutes in a derby away from home, just knocked the ball long. He was trying to play out from the back. Nah, don't do that in the first 10 minutes. Get it long, get the ball away from our net. You don't want to be messing about. And he put us under pressure. They should have scored a couple off a corner. Anyway, give him a 6. Walker, a lot of effort, but no real end products up the pitch. But he was all right. Give him a 7. I thought Stones and Diaz were absolutely fantastic.
Again.
Cancelo, yeah, give him a 6. I didn't think he had a particularly good game. I don't think he knew what he was doing. I don't think it was his fault. But was he meant to be going up, attacking, or was he meant to just be chilling back? I just thought he was caught. Yeah. I just thought he was lost. You know what I mean? Was he meant to be an attacking fullback? Was he meant to be defending and just stay back? I don't know. And I don't think he knew either.
No, I don't think he knew either. Midfield wise, with the double pivot, Dino, we give a 7.5, and we would give Rodri an 8. We thought Rodri was actually really good today. We broke a lot of the play up, and you know what I mean, we did stop their counter attacks, and that's something that we said we should do. I mean, the Dino Rodri thing, we was happy for that. Dino again playing 90 minutes. And then up front, we've got, still midfield wise, kind of up front. Mahrez, Kev, Sterling. They got 6, 6 and a 5. Sterling was trash today. Mahrez was trash today. Kev was actually trash today. But system, mate, system. These are all world-class players. So when I say in the trash, I'm not saying they're the trash players.
There's a reason. I mean, there's a reason to get in these numbers for me. And, then, you know, you could argue, oh, he deserves a 5 or he deserves a 7. Yeah, it doesn't matter, really. You know what I mean, the fact is that we're not performing. Jesus is just not doing it at the moment. You know what I mean? He's not doing it. 1 goal in his last 5 games, not scored in his last 4. He's playing the full 90 minutes.
And then another thing to put in there, just to throw it into the mix, to the icing on the cake. No substitutions, really. We brought on 1 player. Again, out of 3. Don't change the game. Let's just keep it safe and take a point home. But like I say, maybe in a couple of weeks we'll be like, oh, what a point that was.
It could be. We could look back in a couple of weeks and go, you know what, looking back, that was a great point. But that's only now if we win our next 4 or 5 football matches, which we can do. Absolutely, we can do. We can do it. You know 100%. What I mean? It's just frustrating. You know what I mean? I expect better. You know what I mean? I expect that Pep wants to go at teams, take a little bit of risk. I thought that was Pep. I thought that was what Pep was all about. You know what I mean? Take a little bit of risk.
Attacking
football. Not this. Oh, I'm happy with a draw, because that's how I think he was. I think he went there and was like, "Oh, I'll take a draw, me," which is disappointing.
Well,
guys,
so with his after match thing, he seemed happy, didn't he? So.
He seemed happy with the point, yeah. And like I say, we might look back in a couple of weeks and go, "That was a good point." But we've got to win our next 4 or 5 games. Guys, we'll end it there. Smash a like on the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the link in the description if you want to go and get some City Xtra merch, some fresh drip for Christmas.
Fresh drip. We also got a kit giveaway as well for more fresh drip. Yeah, we'll link that video as well.
Yeah, shout out to OneFootball for sponsoring the video. Guys, not the best day. It's sort of like a meh, you know what I mean?
Meh.
You're not celebrating, Perfect. You're not fucking crying your eyes out, screaming Pep out, but it's not, I don't know. I actually have no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
What are we even doing anymore? Is this even real?
Our minds, they've been blown, innit? Right, we're going, innit?
Bye.
See you in a bit.